Okay, so I've done a few videos in the past where I've operated portable from my caravan. Now I've been umming and ahhing about changing the caravan for quite a while, and to be honest, towing the caravan is a little bit of a pain. You know, dragging it out the garden each time, towing it behind the car to wherever I'm going. Then I have to return to that campsite each night. So I've been umming and ahhing about getting a motorhome, and my recent trip to the Lake District was kind of where I made that final decision. So the caravan is no more. The caravan's gone. The guy picked it up about a week or two ago now, and I've been out and bought this. This is my latest expenditure. It used to be a minibus. It's been converted to a motorhome. It's a bit of a project. The guy who I bought it from, to be fair, his carpentry skills are pretty good. I mean, all the all the cabinets and shower. It's got a shower and toilet in here behind me. You know, all the seating. He's done a pretty good job on that, but unfortunately, his electrics and plumbing leave a little bit to be desired. There was quite a nasty leak from the pipes behind me here. There should be a panel over all of this. You probably can't see it because I'm sat in the way. But there was a nasty leak from the pipe work for the shower there, so I've had to fix that, so that's sorted. He's got a split charge system for a separate battery to power all the accessories down the back here, but he put a split charge system in between the main vehicle battery and the car battery, but no fuses, rather alarmingly. So I pretty quickly put some fuses in that as soon as I got it home. The vehicle lights in here were fluorescent strip lights, which use quite a bit of current, so I've replaced them or converted them to LED lights, and they were also powered off the main vehicle battery, so I've changed that onto the auxiliary battery, so I don't drain the main start battery. But the real project today, what is the first thing any radio amateur does when he gets a motorhome? He puts an aerial on it, of course. So what I've got is one of these, you can get them cheap off the online auction sites. I think it's a 3/8 thread on the top there. And it just, if I take the right angle adapter off, it just goes, you have to drill a hole in the roof, put that through, and just clamp it onto the roof. So you get a nice earth, and the roof on this former minibus, now motorhome, is actually metal. So I should get a nice ground plane off of that, and this should be good for HF. I've also got a VHF 2 meter, 6 meter antennas I could put on there as well. So hopefully I should be able to get quite a nice antenna system. Now I've been looking at locations where I can fit this, and I was thinking possibly somewhere up the back. I mean, ideally the best solution would be slap bang in the middle of the roof, but the problem with that is I need to be able to reach it, and when I'm out on the road I don't want to be messing about with ladders or climbing up on the roof. I'm not even sure this roof would take my weight on top of it, so I want something I can reach without having to get a ladder out or climb up there. So I was thinking if I put it towards that back corner, I could stand or lean out the door and reach up onto the roof and screw it in. But then I measured it up, and I discovered with the amount this protrudes through the roof, and with that right angle connector on there as well, it's just too thick to go through the roof. It would stick down too far through the roof lining. So that's not going to work. I thought about maybe there's a position up here just off camera above the shower. I thought about putting it through the roof there. There's what used to be a light there that's been removed, so there's a little extra clearance. I thought about putting it in there, but the problem is I can't actually reach up there. Well, I could probably reach my arm through the sunlight up there, but not an ideal solution. So I looked at it, and up the front, above the driver's cab, there's about that much, like a storage shelf, and that goes straight through to the roof. There's some carpet insulation there, but we can drill through that. So I'm thinking if I just drill a hole through the roof in the front. I'll do it sort of towards the side door, so I can stand on the side in the doorway there, reach out onto the roof and just screw the antenna in. So that's what I'm thinking. So I need to drill a hole that big in the cab. So I think the first thing to do is measure it up and make sure I'm going to be able to reach where I can reach the hole, so I can actually screw the antenna on there, and also make sure it doesn't come through anything else as I drill through the roof. Also, the roof is quite dirty, so I need to get up there, give the roof a bit of a clean, and then I can drill this through, do the bolt or do the nut up. I'll probably put a bit of a silicone sealant around there as well, just to make sure it doesn't leak or let any fluid, let any water in there when it rains, and I don't want it causing any rust or corrosion on the roof. So that's the first step. Measure it out, and then get the drill out. I've got a nice stepper drill which should put I measured this at about 15.5 millimeters diameter, so if I do it about 16 millimeter diameter, that should fit through the roof quite nicely. So time to drill a hole in the roof. Okay, so it's a little bit dark in here, but you should be able to see you got the edge of this roof lining here, which goes over the main living area, and then as you go over the I'll come back a bit so you can see, there's the cab. As you go over the roof up here, you got this lining up here. This goes straight through to the roof. So if I bring you outside and climb up the ladder onto the roof, you can see I've cleaned up here just to get all the dirt away, and I've got this mount here which is for roof racks, and I reckon that's just forward of that point on the roof. So I've done the mark in line with the roof. X marks the spot. Okay, so what I decided to do, just to make sure I was getting the hole in the right place, is, and you can see a little bit of daylight coming through the roof there, I decided to drill a very small, I think that's 3-4 millimeter hole, just to make sure that I've got the right position. And as you can see with the headlining here, it's a couple of inches over, absolutely spot on, exactly where I wanted it. So time to get the stepper drill and make the hole bigger. And here's the finished product. So you can see it's held on with the nut. It's got this plate just to, the purpose of that is just to spread the load so it doesn't bend the roof too much. I was going to put this plate behind this lining, but I thought that was more trouble than it's worth, and this lining's only fairly thin, so I don't think that's going to go anywhere. And I'll put a little bit of Loctite around the threads here as well, just to stop the nut vibrating loose. Okay, so that's the mount fitted. I just want to give it a good 24 hours for the, I put a load of clear sealant around it to make sure we don't get any water coming in. So I want to give it a really good 24 hours for that to go off before I try mounting any antennas on it. So in the meantime, I need to make up a, this is a little right angle connector, a PL259 on that end, and it's designed to take RG58. Now I know what I've said about RG58 in the past, but for mobile applications it's fine, especially on HF, and it's only about 3 or 4 meters. I only need about 4, maybe 5 meters run from the roof up the front of the cab there. So for this application it'll be absolutely fine. So I need to make up coax cable. Like I said, this Amateur Radio UK tour bus, as I've affectionately nicknamed it, it's a bit of a project. It's got 1 or 2 things that need doing to it. The big thing that needs doing is the engine and gearbox mounts. They're a little bit worn, not horrendous. It's drivable, but I'm not overly happy with them. So it's going in the garage tomorrow to have the engine and gearbox mounts replaced. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, after that, this vehicle will be serviceable and we'll take it out. I've got some big plans coming up, a couple of trips planned in the not too distant future. One of which is with Harley, who you've met in my previous videos. We're taking on one of the big mountains this time, so watch out for that. And in the next couple of days, I'll look at taking this bus out. I'm thinking possibly Walbury Hill. You know, it's only sort of half hour, 45 minutes down the road. I've got my 20-meter Ampro ham stick, which I've never actually, I don't think I've ever actually used it. So I'm thinking if I get that on the roof of this, you know, huge metal roof, that should work really, really well. Should give it a good ground plane. I'll probably take the 2-meter whip as well, so we can run 2 meters. And Walbury Hill's quite high up. It's so to summit. It's I activated it a few weeks ago, so it won't be a qualifying activation, but nonetheless, nothing to stop us parking in the car park, which is only a few meters down from the summit. And like I say, it's quite high up, so that should give us quite a good takeoff, both on 2 meters and on 20 meters. So I'm thinking sometime over the next couple of days, we'll take the bus out for a bit of a drive and give it a bit of a trial run, see if we can work any DX, see what contacts we make.